Okay, so you've got a 2025 Yamaha. You have the new system, and you've got the 6.5-inch speaker. They did a lot better job giving you that 6.5-inch speaker, guys. But they're still using pretty much the same amplifier. So the problem with that is you could put a bigger set of wheels in your car. Doesn't mean it's going to go faster, right? So we still have to give you the full upgrade, get you the amplifier, get you the wiring, get everything done to make this thing sound incredible. So with that being said, we do have another video that shows you how to remove them. They're not the funnest, but we are able to get them out. We did notice we got a couple little nicks. Actually, when you're trying to pry it out, be as careful as you can. The cool news is that we did make some ways to kind of hide some of that. So we do have two different options. We have an 8-inch speaker and we have a 6.5-inch speaker. And you'll say, well, Dave, obviously the 8-inch is going to be way better. Well, yes and no. 8-inch speaker is going to be very full sounding. It's going to be loud. The speaker is extremely loud, especially at about 100 watts of power, which is what we're going to put at it. Typical Marine 8-inch speakers are going to run at about 100 watts. You can look across the board. This one comes in at 90 watts RMS, but we do put 100. Sometimes maybe a little bit more on there. It does have a big, large tweeter, big 1-inch tweeter, titanium, nice, loud, and crisp. And this speaker does sound extremely loud. It is made out of polymer plastic, so it is what they consider marine. The reason why we say that is because this is also used for marine, but this is a paper cone. So you may ask me, what's the difference? Well, the main difference is that this is plastic and this is paper. It's like we're going grocery shopping, but this has been coated at the factory to be waterproof. We do our best, no matter what we do. Putting speakers inside of jet skis or putting them on boats or anywhere in your saltwater is basically just asking for troubles eventually. However, we do our best to try to make sure that everybody's happy and everything's good. Everything we have has a 1-year warranty. Now, what are the advantages to running the 8? It's loud, it's full sounding, and it's going to be made out of the plastic, and it looks pretty sweet. And the 6.5 is a high-powered speaker. So this is actually one of our pro audio speakers. It comes in at 200 watts RMS, whereas that one's 90 watts RMS. So you can see the size of the magnet on the back of this thing. This is a pro audio speaker, guys. That's a compression driver tweeter. And what that means for you is it's going to get real loud real quick. This is basically a horn tweeter. It's kind of like yelling through a microphone. Basically, they put a big tweeter on the back, and it's literally yelling at you through the microphone. Both of these are going to sound great. We're going to cross both of them over, so don't expect this thing to be beating down the block, guys. These are not subwoofers. These are mid-bass drivers. You do not want to run this at full range, especially with that much power. You can either do one or the other. You can have bass, turn it down, or turn it up and kill some of the bass. That's just the way this works, guys. Unfortunately, the sound that's just how it is. We can't have the best of both worlds all the time. We have to kind of split the difference and pick and choose what exactly we're looking for. Now, with that being said, if you buy with the 8-inch speaker, it's great. You're going to get a amplifier that's going to push out 400 watts, but you're only going to be using 200 of them, and you'll use the adapter ring that goes on here, bolts down, very simple. Put the speaker in, drop it in place, and now you have an 8-inch speaker. This looks badass, guys. 8-inch speaker all the way around. Goes all the way around, pretty much right on the edge. We made it to where it goes exactly to the edge. Okay, guys, so this is our speaker. I can't tell you what other speakers do. We don't sell we sell the kits with our stuff. Okay. Recoil is a company that I work with. They help me build speakers that are going to be badass and give you guys what you're looking for. Okay. All right, so we'll pull this out. All right, now what's the advantage of running the 6.5-inch speaker? Well, we kind of talked about it. High powered, 100 watts of RMS, 200 watts of RMS. If you want overall volume, this is going to be a much louder speaker. It's just the way it is, because the frequencies that we're playing between these two, we're playing anything between like 100 hertz and up. This one's going to eat because you're going to put twice as much power to it. It can handle it. The reason why? Because it's paper. It's just a lot more efficient. The speaker is very efficient, very lightweight when it comes to the paper cone, and it's just a lot more driver per se. So with that being said, we made 2 adapter rings. So actually you're going to put your first adapter ring in. That's going to hide some of those little scratches you may have had. And again, this is going to go along the edge perfectly, as you can see. And you're going to drop your extremely high powered speaker inside of there. And we're going to drop that in. And then what we did is this way you mount it up, and we made our grill oversized. So we printed up our grill. That's why it costs a little bit more for these, because we do have to 3D print more options. And then what happens? This lines up in the holes, and line up in the holes, and you'll snap it in. Once we snap it in, we're good to go. Sorry, I'm trying to line it up with one hand. Anyway, so that's going to be how that works, and it looks awesome when it's done. So pretty much you'll be able to get the speaker in there. It'll mount up. Everything will be good, and you'll be ready to ride safe and ride loud. If you have any more questions, please let me know, and we'll go from there. You know, different options. You know, really, it comes down to what you're really looking for. I think the 8s look pretty badass, but the 6.5s don't look bad once we put the grill on them. This is kind of what they did. It's a 6.5-inch speaker with an oversized grill. That's pretty much what we did, but we have a lot more power. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You know the deal. PWCBrackets at PWCBrackets@gmail.com, or you can just reach out to me at PWCBrackets.com or on my Instagram or Facebook. See you guys on the water. Thanks for watching.